with Mobley, this is somebody every team is dying to have. He reminds me the most of Kevin Garnett of any guy that's come into the league.
Evan Mobley is one of the most interesting and special players to come into the league. His 7-foot frame that comes with elite footwork, defense, and soft touch only has people wondering how good this kid can become. Today, I'm going to be telling you the whole story of how Evan Mobley went from not even really wanting to play basketball in 8th grade to having what should have been a Rookie of the Year season. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all for clicking on this video. If you enjoy it, I would really appreciate it if you dropped a like and left a comment. Also, make sure to subscribe. Only 1% of you guys that watch my videos are subscribed. It takes less than 5 seconds, and you can always change your mind. I'm spending all my time focusing on the quality of my videos now, so all your support really means the world. So on June 18th in 2001, Evan Mobley was born in San Diego, California. His father, Eric, played college basketball for Cal Poly Pomona and also Portland. He also played professionally in China, Indonesia, Mexico, and Portugal. He coached AAU basketball for 11 years and then was hired by USC to be an assistant coach while both Mobley brothers played there. Evan's mother is an elementary school teacher, and Evan also grew up with 3 foster siblings. Mobley went to high school at Rancho Christian School in California. He started playing basketball as a freshman, and in his first 3 seasons, he was teammates with his brother Isaiah, who was a 5-star recruit in the 2019 class. As a junior at Rancho Christian, Mobley averaged 19.2 points and 10.4 rebounds and also 4.7 blocks per game. It was clear from the very beginning that Evan was going to be a star, but his older brother Isaiah was actually supposed to be better than him. Evan was named California Gatorade Player of the Year and the Press Enterprise Player of the Year. In his senior season, he averaged 20.5 points, 12 rebounds, and 5.2 blocks, leading Rancho Christian to a 22-8 record. Evan Mobley, of course, then signed with USC to play basketball with his brother, and as I said, his dad became an assistant coach there. In just his first game, Mobley went off for 21 points and 9 rebounds and 3 blocks. The most impressive thing about his debut was the full offensive versatility he displayed at such a young age. Evan averaged 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks in his only collegiate season, and he led USC to a Sweet 16 appearance. He was also named Pac-12 Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Freshman of the Year. He became the second player from a major conference to win the 3 awards, joining Anthony Davis from 2012. After just 1 season at USC, Mobley was a clear top lottery pick, so he declared for the NBA draft. He was also invited to the NBA Draft Combine along with 76 other players. On July 29th, Evan Mobley was drafted 3rd overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs got super lucky twice to land Mobley. First, they were able to jump to a top pick in the lottery, which historically they've had some good luck in doing. Then Cade Cunningham was the clear number 1 pick at the time, and the Rockets fell in love with Jalen Green. So basically, Evan Mobley was meant to be for Cleveland. It didn't take long for everyone to see the potential that Evan had in the NBA, and despite his slim body build, he was able to fit right in and dominate centers across the league. It also helped that he was playing alongside 7-footers Jarrett Allen and Lauri Markkanen, but Mobley's elite footwork, speed, and soft touch for being that tall took the league by storm. Mobley and the Cavs really surprised the whole league last season. Nobody expected them to be as successful as they were, and in reality, most people expected them to finish near the bottom of the league. In fact, I saw some articles predicting them to finish dead last in the East. Drafting Mobley gave Cleveland an ultra-tall lineup, and head coach JB Bickerstaff was willing to take the risk of playing tall ball, and it paid off big time. With where the league is headed with 3-pointers, this was a very different look for the NBA, and I think that's a part of the reason this lineup worked so well is because nobody could prepare for it. The Cavs were ranked at the very top of the league in defense, and things started off looking like Cleveland might even be a top 3 team in the East. But then, in typical Cleveland fashion, the injuries hit hard. It started off in just the second week of the season. Colin Sexton suffered a season-ending MCL injury against the Knicks. Then pretty much the whole roster got put in the safety protocols, and I remember the Cavs once had a game against the Warriors with a starting lineup of Darius, Garland, Okoro, Dean Wade, Kevin Love, and Ed Davis. Later on in the season, Lauri Markkanen hurt his ankle and was out for a month. Garland had a back injury. Then of course Ricky Rubio tore his ACL against the Pelicans, and that was really the one that devastated what the Cavs were doing. The other big injury for Cleveland was the Jarrett Allen broken finger at the end of the season. The Cavs probably would have made the playoffs if it wasn't for that one. Evan was left on his own at the center position, and his body build just wasn't ready for that kind of physicality yet. The Cavs ended up with a 44-38 record, and basically repeating what I said in my Garland documentary, they ended up slipping to the 8th seed where they had to go face Kyrie, KD, and the Brooklyn Nets. They still didn't have Jarrett Allen for that game, so they stood no chance, even though they played well. Then they choked a decent-sized lead in an elimination game against the Atlanta Hawks. As much as I hate to say it, it was a pretty big choke because the Hawks lost Clint Capella, and for some reason the Cavs stopped going inside. It kind of made no sense. Anyways, it might have been meant to be because the Cavs got to keep their lottery pick and draft Ochai Agbaji, who is looking like a sniper so far in Summer League. For Evan Mobley, he had an incredible rookie season, averaging 15 points, 3 assists, and 2 blocks. And again, I think his stats would have been even better if all the guards didn't get hurt. Both Mobley and Allen were huge lob threats, and that kind of disappeared after Rubio was gone. I really have no idea how Scottie Barnes won Rookie of the Year. I think it may have just been recent bias in a bigger market because Scottie got hot towards the end of the year. And don't get me wrong, Scottie Barnes had a great year and he's going to be a great player, but Mobley was more consistent from game 1 and had to deal with so many team injuries. I think he should have won the award, but at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. When Evan gets bigger and puts on muscle, it's going to be a scary sight. I really do feel like he could become a top 5 player in the league someday. He is just that special. One thing about Mobley that never gets talked about is his demeanor. He just looks like he belongs out there with the best of them, and nothing phases him. He doesn't show much emotion, and you can tell he's super humble. Pretty much the whole Cavs team is as well. There's no superstar, there's no egos, everyone just has fun together, and I think that's what makes this team so fun to watch. In this year's draft, the Cavs took a Milwaukee Bucks type of approach and drafted Isaiah Mobley just like how they did with Giannis and his brother. This pick definitely made Evan Mobley very happy, as you can see some of the comments under the Cavs post about it. Isaiah Mobley again was originally supposed to be better than Evan, so who knows, maybe someday he can turn into something great, but either way for Cleveland, this pick was definitely worth the chance, especially because it was late in the second round. So heading into 2022, the Cavs have Darius Garland locked up on a supermax deal, Jarrett Allen just signed a 5-year deal last season, and Mobley is going to be around for a long time, so things are looking very bright. The Cavs still need to figure out what they're going to do with Colin Sexton. It's hard with all the depth they have. They have guys like Okoro, LeVert, Osman, and Ochai now that can all play shooting guard, so it's a big decision if they want to give Sexton starting money, but I think they should do it because he's just got that dog in him. Ricky Rubio also signed back to Cleveland on a 3-year, $18 million deal, so hopefully once he recovers from his ACL injury, he can be the Rubio he was last year and start feeding lobs back to Mobley again. I cannot wait for this upcoming NBA season as a Cavs fan because I want to see the improvement in the team and in Evan Mobley. This kid is going to be something special, and I really do think that Cleveland can be a top 3 team in the East next year with some injury luck. In fact, I also think they can make a deep playoff run depending on what matchups they get. That's going to be the end of this video. This one took a long time to plan out and make, so I would really appreciate all your support. Comment below what player you want me to make a video on next. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll see you all later.